Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to have titles and privileges stripped when William becomes king. Speculation surrounding the titles and privileges of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has captured the attention of royal watchers worldwide. As they carve out a life outside the British monarchy, questions arise about whether their actions could lead to the loss of their prestigious titles when Prince William ascends the throne. A compelling YouTube video featuring Tash, a royal YouTube star, and Tash from Denise Angelinas' channel has fueled the debate, delving into the tense dynamics of royal relationships. They highlight how Harry and Meghan's choices, commercializing their titles and breaching protocols like the Sandringham Summit agreement, have distanced them from the monarchy and eroded public trust. A central argument emerges. When William becomes king, Harry may lose his dukedom and remaining privileges due to ongoing tensions. William's leadership is expected to address these issues decisively, reshaping the monarchy to protect its integrity. This sets the stage for a deeper exploration of this critical royal reckoning. The lives of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children, Archie and Lilibet, have sparked public curiosity, with their identities and family ties at the heart of a profound royal narrative. Growing up far from the embrace of the British monarchy, their story carries emotional weight, marked by isolation and disconnection. From the outset, Meghan's pregnancies were overshadowed by speculation, with some claiming she used a fake baby bump to garner attention. Tash firmly dismisses these tabloid-driven theories, asserting that Archie and Lilibet are undoubtedly Harry and Meghan's children, regardless of any surrogacy. Their legitimacy lies in their parentage, not birth details. Tash's conviction anchors the debate, affirming that these children are true heirs, deserving recognition beyond doubt. Tangible evidence supports this belief. In rare photos, Lilibet mirrors her grandfather, Thomas Markle, while Archie resembles Harry, particularly in their Markle-like noses. These features, more than superficial, affirm a familial bond bridging Montecito and Buckingham Palace. For Tash, they silence skeptics, proving Archie and Lilibet carry both American and royal heritage, a legacy that should unite rather than divide. Yet this legacy comes with a burden. Unlike their cousins, George, Charlotte, and Louis, Archie and Lilibet grow up without the laughter of grandparents, the guidance of aunts, or the companionship of cousins. This absence is a profound loss. Family ties shape childhood, fostering emotional resilience through love and tradition. Harry and Meghan's choice to limit royal contact, driven by personal rifts or independence, has isolated their children. Experts emphasize that extended family strengthens children's mental health, building trust and identity. Grandparents offer wisdom, aunts and uncles provide diverse perspectives, and cousins are companions. Without these, Archie and Lilibet face an emotional void no privilege can fill. The monarchy's rich traditions could have enveloped them in shared stories, but their parents' decisions draw a stark line between Montecito and London's palaces. This isolation is compounded by instability. Harry and Meghan's frequent staff turnover may leave Archie and Lilibet reliant on multiple nannies, disrupting the consistency young children crave. Tash notes that this churn risks their emotional security, exacerbating the absence of stable family ties. Constantly adapting to new caregivers, they miss the steady presence relatives could provide. Reconnecting with their extended family could anchor Archie and Lilibet, offering stability and heritage. Ties to King Charles, Doria Raglan, or William and Catherine could foster belonging, even through visits or calls. Yet, this seems unlikely. Harry and Meghan's strained royal relationships, marked by public criticism and private rifts, suggest little hope for reconciliation, leaving their children bereft of a broader legacy. This reality evokes quiet sorrow. Archie and Lilibet grow up in a bubble of wealth, but lack the deeper richness of family. Royal traditions could have enriched their lives, but they are raised apart, defined by their parents' choices. Tash's reflections capture this loss, emphasizing that their isolation carries lasting consequences, a deliberate act severing them from roots that could have shaped them. Tash argues that the line of succession matters less today, overshadowed by a grimmer possibility. A tragedy could end the monarchy rather than elevate Harry or his children. Public love for Queen Elizabeth II lingers in admiration for King Charles and Camilla, while William and Catherine's popularity promises a bright future. Yet Harry faces skepticism, with royal criticism and departure eroding trust, suggesting the monarchy relies more on public goodwill than rigid lineage. Traditional rules requiring heirs to be born of the mother lie at the debate's core. Taz sees their value but advocates modernization for cases like infertility or same-sex royal couples. Archie and Lilibet's prince and princess titles, granted despite their California upbringing and lack of royal duties, raise questions. Their detachment from monarchical customs makes their titles seem symbolic, misaligned with their American lives. Raised in a nation that rejected monarchy, Archie and Lilibet's royal status feels incongruous. Taz notes that America's anti-monarchical history clashes with their titles, risking the monarchy's identity. Growing public unease about their inclusion, seen as a disconnect between their symbolic roles and reality, fuels calls for a succession reflecting active royal commitment. Many advocate removing Archie, Lilibet, and Harry from the line, frustrated by perceived dishonesty about their births. Taz stresses this stems not from surrogacy bias, but from a lack of transparency breeding distrust. Their American upbringing, distant from royal culture, complicates their claim, deemed outdated by those valuing active tradition keepers. America's rebellious roots amplify this tension. Taz highlights how its independent culture contrasts with royal hierarchy, making Archie and Lilibet's titles seem misplaced. For monarchists, a streamlined succession favoring engaged royals makes sense, freeing the children from a system they neither live in nor know. The debate's emotional core lies in its impact on Archie and Lilibet. Stripping their titles could clarify their path, freeing them from an alien legacy, but risks deepening their isolation. Taz's reflections evoke loss, not of status, but of potential unity with their roots. Public pushes to exclude them aim to protect the monarchy, but carry sadness for what might have been. As William's reign nears, succession questions will sharpen, challenging the monarchy's values. Love for Elizabeth, Charles, and the Cambridges contrasts with Harry's skepticism, signaling public readiness for change. Modernization or decisive cuts demand courage, balancing tradition with scrutiny. For Archie and Lilibet, the outcome will shape their place in a sprawling royal narrative, a reminder of personal stakes in this reckoning. The royal succession debate carries grim echoes into the present, where King Charles' response to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's actions stirs a complex blend of frustration and empathy. The public watches with growing unease, sensing a king caught between paternal longing and royal duty, his hesitation casting a shadow over the monarchy's stability. As Harry and Meghan's choices ripple globally, Charles's perceived leniency draws scrutiny, raising questions about leadership and legacy. This section examines criticism of his perceived inaction, the consequences of his restraint, and the stark contrast with Queen Elizabeth II's resolve, culminating in expectations for Prince William to restore order where his father faltered, all steeped in the quiet tension of a family and institution at a crossroads. Public perception of Charles paints a conflicted picture. Critics argue he seems oblivious or indifferent to the global fallout from Harry and Meghan's behavior, which has strained the monarchy's reputation with public spats and commercial ventures. Their actions, interviews, documentaries, and social media campaigns have been seen as undermining royal dignity, yet Charles' response appears muted. From a father's perspective, this restraint is understandable. He yearns to keep the door ajar for reconciliation with his son, hoping time might heal their rift. This paternal instinct, though human, clashes with expectations of a king, leaving many questioning whether his heart overshadows his crown. The consequences of Charles' inaction are profound, fostering a sense of weakness in his reign. By prioritizing personal feelings over royal duty, he risks being seen as unfit to steer the monarchy through turmoil. Each unaddressed slight from Harry and Meghan, be it a leaked conversation or a titled endorsement, erodes public trust, painting a king reluctant to defend his institution. More critically, this hesitation sets the stage for a daunting inheritance. Prince William, as the future king, faces the prospect of untangling an unresolved mess, a web of family discord and institutional damage that could have been addressed sooner. Charles' delay, rooted in hope or hesitation, burdens his heir with a heavier crown. This stands in stark contrast to Queen Elizabeth II, whose tenure was marked by resolute decisions, even at personal cost. She stripped Prince Andrew of royal duties, a painful choice given her affection for him, because it served the monarchy's greater good. Similarly, she denied her sister Margaret's marriage to Peter Townsend, bowing to tradition over love. These actions, though wrenching, underscored her understanding that duty outweighs sentiment. Taz argues Charles needs such strength, perhaps bolstered by government voices urging action, as Elizabeth once heeded. The Prime Minister's advisors might frame Harry's actions as a national concern, prodding Charles to act decisively rather than defer to family ties. Yet hope lies in William. Taz predicts that upon ascending, he will strip Harry's dukedom and privileges, a bold move to shield the monarchy from further harm. This expectation stems from William's clear-eyed view of the damage done, leaks, accusations, and commercial exploitation eroding the royal brand. Unlike Charles, whose cancer diagnosis may temper his resolve, William is seen as unencumbered by such constraints, ready to prioritize institutional integrity. His leadership promises to close a chaotic chapter, ensuring the monarchy emerges stronger, unburdened by unresolved conflicts' weight. The emotional stakes are high. Charles's struggle reflects a father's love, but it threatens his legacy as a king. Elizabeth's example looms large, a reminder of the sacrifices leadership demands. As William prepares to inherit the throne, his anticipated decisiveness offers a glimmer of restoration, a chance to mend what hesitation has worn thin. For now, the monarchy waits, balancing a father's hope with a future king's resolve, hearts heavy with choices to come. Meghan Markle's unexpected return with a new commercial venture, from lifestyle products to cosmetics and even bridal makeup tips, has reignited a never-settled debate. Should she continue using the Duchess of Sussex title in profit-driven promotional campaigns? The phrase Duchess Meghan appears deftly in marketing tie-ins, partnership emails, and visually polished media campaigns. While not directly selling products with royal branding, Meghan's leveraging of the title to boost her brand's authenticity and appeal divides the palace and public. The public expects consistency, either renounce royal roles or retain the title without engaging consumer markets like an influencer. Yet Meghan employs tactics familiar to low-tier influencers, where every credential becomes a commercialization tool. The issue grows sensitive in the context of the 2020 Sandringham Summit. There, Queen Elizabeth II granted Harry and Meghan a rare one-year trial to step back from royal roles without full severance. In return, they agreed to withdraw from royal duties and pledged not to use titles for personal gain. That agreement now feels like a disregarded memo. Meghan, though officially no longer working for the royals, still wields Duchess of Sussex as an inseparable part of her personal brand. Amid rising backlash, a solution is being floated within the palace. Instead of a legal ruling or immediate title stripping, which could polarize and trigger backlash, a public letter from King Charles' secretary could be issued. In it, the king would request the couple cease linking titles to commercial activities, arguing it merely enforces prior terms, not punitively. A deft but clear warning shot. Comparisons to Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, are inevitable. Fergie faced criticism for Weight Watchers partnerships, Oprah talk shows, and children's books, but she was never seen as threatening the monarchy's stability or prestige. The difference lies in Harry and Meghan's actions, quitting royal roles yet exploiting royal imagery, viewed by many as grounds for permanent title removal. Still, behind closed doors, a clear fear persists. Any hardline move against Meghan risks accusations of racism, a political and media challenge the royals cannot take lightly. Yet, a reality must be acknowledged. Growing media and public scorn toward the couple has somewhat eased that pressure. This may enable Charles to issue a formal response, firm enough to protect royal honor, wise enough to avoid sparking unnecessary backlash. As the final door closes, funerals, coronations, and the Sussexes' telling absence. If Meghan Markle's Duchess title saga remains open, other doors are closing forever, not just figuratively. Amid advancing age and undeniable health concerns, the royal family has quietly begun preparing for the inevitable. King Charles III's funeral. With it comes a weighty yet delicate question. Do Harry and crucially Meghan still have a role in the rites farewelling a monarch and ushering in a new reign? A Charles funeral, a final test of trust. Palace insiders suggest Harry would certainly be invited to his father's funeral, a gesture not just traditional but symbolic. For Meghan, however, it's less straightforward. She may receive an invitation, but her actual attendance seems unlikely. Beyond strained family ties, a bigger fear looms: the risk of sensitive information leaking from seemingly private exchanges. Past incidents remain cautionary tales. Notably, details about the royal train leaked days after Meghan and Harry left a private meeting, later exploited by journalist Omid Scobie in Endgame. This left many insiders feeling trust was betrayed. Sharing any details, even about a monarch's funeral rites, now requires careful consideration. Trust is so thin that, per an anonymous advisor, they'll be invited out of courtesy, but no one expects them to show. B. William and Catherine's coronation, a new start not for all. If Charles' funeral is a farewell, William and Catherine's coronation is a greeting to a younger, modernized, boundary-clear reign. In this context, public expectations to exclude Harry and Meghan from the guest list have become near certain. The reasons extend beyond personal rifts or past bombshell interviews. What fuels the backlash is how the couple, especially Meghan, remains silent, even indifferent, to Catherine's health struggles. While the Princess of Wales battled cancer treatment, Meghan not only offered no public support, but maintained ties with figures attacking Catherine, like journalist Omid Scobie and businessman Christopher Boozy, names deemed toxic in British public eyes. Silence amid Catherine's pain is no longer seen as neutrality, but deliberate coldness. Coupled with growing British public support to bar the Sussexes from a nationally symbolic event like the coronation, a sentiment crystallizes. It's not a Hollywood event, a royal commentator noted. It's the monarchy's core, with no room for those who left it, then return as if nothing happened. In these pivotal transition moments, more than a throne changes hands. A message does too. Loyalty cannot be recycled, and trust, once lost, may become a door slammed shut forever. The unresolved tensions surrounding King Charles' response to Harry and Meghan cast a reflective light on the future, where Queen Camilla's role after his passing emerges as a quiet but significant question. The monarchy, poised on the cusp of transition, carries a tender hope for continuity, and Camilla's place within it evokes a blend of respect and curiosity. As the institution prepares for Prince William's reign, her position promises to balance tradition with personal grace, shaped by her bond with the future king and the weight of royal precedent. This section explores the formal and speculative dimensions of her title, her positive relationship with William, and the historical echoes framing her path, all woven into a narrative of dignified retreat and enduring family warmth. Formally, Camilla's journey after Charles' death would see her shift from queen consort to queen dowager, a title rooted in centuries of protocol. Yet this label carries a somber tone, evoking widowhood and seclusion that may not fully suit her vibrant presence. Taz speculates that a unique title might be crafted, one honoring her role while sidestepping the dowager's gloom. Such a move would reflect the monarchy's knack for adapting tradition to circumstance, offering Camilla a name that acknowledges her contributions without tying her to mourning. This possibility stirs gentle optimism, suggesting a future where her legacy is defined by grace rather than loss, a fitting nod to her quiet strength. Central to this future is Camilla's relationship with William, a dynamic marked by genuine affection. Unlike the public discords tainting other royal ties, no friction clouds their bond. William, as Taz notes, holds deep respect for his stepmother, forged through years of family coexistence. This warmth ensures Camilla will remain a cherished part of the royal family, even as she steps back. Her role is expected to be one of quiet support, present but unobtrusive, allowing William and Catherine to shine as king and queen. This expectation carries comforting certainty, promising that Camilla's place in the family will endure, rooted in mutual respect rather than obligation. Historical context enriches this vision, drawing parallels with the Queen Mother, whose title distinguished her from her daughter, Queen Elizabeth II. Named Elizabeth like her child, she became the Queen Mother to clarify her role, a precedent informing speculation about Camilla. Unlike the Queen Mother, Camilla is not William's mother, making direct replication unlikely. Yet crafting a unique title for her feels plausible, echoing the monarchy's history of tailoring roles to personal legacies. Taz suggests Camilla's preference leans towards simplicity. She never coveted queen, accepting it at Charles' insistence. This humility hints at her readiness to embrace a lesser role, one aligned with supporting, not overshadowing, the next generation. Camilla's future resonates emotionally in its balance of duty and choice. Her willingness to step back reflects selfless commitment to the monarchy's evolution, mirroring her predecessor's sacrifices. Yet her continued presence in William's family offers a thread of continuity, a reminder that love can bridge gaps left by change. As the monarchy eyes William's reign, Camilla's role, whether dowager or uniquely titled, promises to embody resilience and grace. It's a quiet assurance that, amid royal transitions' uncertainties, her place will be one of warmth and dignity, a steady hand guiding the family forward.